Welcome back to another episode Down the Rabbit Hole with Building Inspector Steve Mason. Today we're going to talk about fenestration, sub-sill flashing, and code compliance and the standards and how we get there, and what a sub-sill flashing is. Okay, within, as you know, the building code, whether it's 210 or 215, deals with cladding the second plane of protection, or 9.7 windows and doors. Okay, and within those standards, especially the 9.7 section, it references a couple of standards. So one of the standards is the North American Fenestration Standard, known as NAFS. That's mostly for the testing and of the windows and the performance ratings. So we won't be dealing with that today, but what we'll be going with is this standard, which is a window and door installation standard at A440.4. So how we get there is that the building code directs us there. Okay, if you see a 976, the installation of windows and doors shall conform to A440.4. Okay, so that gives you. There's some other preamble there, but most cases that will get us there. Okay, in a nutshell, the standard states that when a second plane of protection, okay, which is a combination of degree days and moisture index, tells us that we need a second plane of protection, right? Then that sub-sill flashing is required. It's always required when under doors, combination mulled units, gang units, windows and doors are greater than 3 stories in height. So we can look here at this chart, which is not in the standard. This is just a chart that I have. Sort of gives you a quick reference. As you can see, in the St. John area, because of the moisture and degree days, we're getting up there, and we require that. And there's some other areas that don't require it. If you look like Bathurst, apparently they don't need it. So the blue ones, they say you don't need it. But for this demonstration today, is that in St. John area, yes, we need it. Okay, and the standard tells us it's got to be lapped, sloped, sealed, so that incidental water penetration is drained. Okay. And the whole part of this is drained to the exterior or drained into that cavity that's behind the siding or within the wall assembly, the second plane of protection. So what a sub-sill flashing is at the bottom of every fenestration, here you've got a impermeable membrane that goes up about 6 inches up. It's got a sloped sill here, and it flaps down here. So then the window or door would sit on here. Okay, and this is what it looks like in a job site. So you can see the slope here, thicker at the back. A shingle normally works. A pitch, 5 or 6 degree pitch on the studs underneath work. And you can see this one here in the door. They've used a metal pan. This here case, they've used a flex wrap around here. Okay, and the key for this, as you say, is if it's a flange window, you want to skip caulk it. So you caulk it in 2 inches and then leave an inch, so that if any water gets in here, it'll drain out. Now the latest version, I believe it's the of the 18 of the standard, allows for a back dam instead of a slope sill. So it gives you a little bit of, because sometimes the slope sills, the guys say, well, I'm going to shim it or whatever, but there is a back dam allowance on the latest standard. So what a back dam is basically you got the same thing, up, down, up 6 inches, and then you've got a bit of a small little bit of a wooden dam here that's got a rubber membrane. So if any water does get in there, it doesn't get past that back dam. So that gives you 2 ways to do that, basically. Now the other thing that they do talk about in the code is a backer rod, and what a backer rod is, like a foam noodle that's placed in the plane of window. So if any water does get past here and drains down this way, right, it can't get past the noodle or the foam backer rod, and then it's got to be caulked in place. Okay, so that's the other section of the standard as far as water penetration within that window assembly. And once again, you can see another picture here of the backer rod that's right in this plane. So what it does is gives you a bit of a space in here for the water to drain down and out. Okay. So I think that's pretty well covers all that we have here. Again, it's a short 5-minute video, just enough to get you going on the subsill drainage. I'll post a video on a separate video on the flashing requirements above a window and door, which is another crucial element to the water penetration protection of a building envelope. Thank you very much and have a great day.